This morning, the dramatic downfall.
Mr. Moore, could you state your name, please?
Jerome Moore.
Sharon Moore, just a few days ago, the head coach of one of college football's most prominent programs, yesterday in court on Zoom from jail.
Yes, Your Honor.
Prosecutors describing a stunning whirlwind of events starting Monday, when they say an unidentified woman who Moore had been having a years-long intimate relationship with broke up with him.
There continued to be defendant making numerous phone calls and sending numerous texts from that time moving forward that she did not answer, did not respond to, and did not want.
Prosecutors say she told her employers at the University of Michigan, who fired Moore Wednesday for engaging in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. That afternoon, they say Moore...
Before we dive into this, man, because this is actually ridiculous, right? You guys heard what they said. They had a relationship, ongoing relationship for a whole year. And then as soon as she decided to cut off, I'm assuming the relationship, that's when she then reported to the University of Michigan what was going on, which to me makes no sense, right? If you're actively engaging with a fellow staff member at the university you work at for an entire year, what makes you think the consequences should be any less severe for you as well, right? I've never even understand that anyway. I get it. I am an advocate of not, you don't play where you work, right? You don't play where you work. You don't play where you work at all. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we're all adults. We're all grown. We can make our own decision for ourselves. And you want to take that risk and date a coworker, but not when it will lead to you losing the bag. Now, apparently, word on the street is this coach was also married, I believe. I know 6 months ago, there was a situation where there was a CEO of a big tech company. And he had an affair, right? He was married and he was having an affair, I think, with his assistant at the tech company, right? Lost his job. Well, he resigned, right? But he ultimately probably knew what was coming. But in those situations, I don't understand dating your coworker. Why? And this is all comes down to what I say with men having dick discipline. Why fumble the bag, right? I mean, we're talking coach of Michigan. I think they said he was making $6 million a year. Y'all let me know down in the comments how much he was making annually. I think it was $6 million a year. $6 million a year is a lot of money, even after taxes. And you're a black head coach at that. You're a black head coach at one of the best universities, one of the best football programs, especially back when Tom Brady was there. And you fumble the bag, having an affair, knowing that there's a potential, there's a possibility that if something goes wrong, this woman, because let's be honest, I'm very unbiased, but majority of the time when men get caught up, it's the woman that's outing the man, right? It's rare if you ever, it's rare, not saying it doesn't happen, but it's rare if your girl cheating and the guy you cheating, the guy that you're cheating on your man with is going to come talk to the other guy. It happens, but it's rare, right? So you knowingly know if something goes wrong, y'all get into some type of dispute, this woman now has the ability to not only cause you to lose your job, she has the ability to wreck your marriage. And I'm assuming he has kids, and ultimately, let's be honest, the court system isn't favorable for one, people to have affairs, and two, to men in general. We've seen it. But let's continue.
Barged into her apartment.
Oh no.
Proceeded to a kitchen drawer, grabs.
I'm not barging in no woman apartment under any circumstances. Her vagina must rotate or something. Do backflips on it for him to be doing some egregious stuff like that.
Several butter knives and a pair of kitchen scissors and began to threaten his own life. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to make you watch. My blood is on your hands. You ruined my life. The totality of the behavior is highly threatening and highly intimidating. She was terrorized.
Moore is married with 3 children, now
See?
charged with felony home invasion and misdemeanor stalking and breaking and entering.
3 children, and you best believe she's about to take you to the cleaners, baby boy. Oh, you cheated on me? She's about to wipe you clean for everything you got. And on top of this, let's not even talk about how this makes your dating life even harder now after this is all subsided. You're now going to go down. Everybody's going to know your face eventually. Somewhere, somehow, you're going to go down to the Boston Celtics. Head coach. What is going on, man, where we are not thinking clearly to the point where we're willing to risk our jobs and our careers in the bag over the box? The head coach for the Boston Celtics last year cheated on his beautiful wife. Beautiful wife. I believe they had kids as well with somebody within the back office of the Boston Celtics. Ultimately had to resign. They fired him and ultimately went under investigation with the NBA. Again, I'm an advocate for you're adult. Date who you want to date. But if you're married, man, come on. We cannot be fumbling like this.
His attorney telling the judge he had several mental health evaluations and is not a danger to the public.
My client's 39 years old with 0 prior criminal history.
The former coach was released on a $25,000 bond, ordered to wear a GPS tracker and to not contact the alleged victim.
Are we understood on the no contact and no go to, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Guys, Moore did not enter into a plea in yesterday's hearing, though he faces up to 5 years behind bars for that felony home invasion charge. Meanwhile, the university says its internal investigation that led to his firing is still ongoing, telling any faculty or students who knew of anything to be sure to report it. Laura, Peter?
Shaquille Brewster, thank you very much. Disturbing.
Yep, it's over with. And you will never get another coaching job ever again. So not only are you now facing the consequences of the legal system because you allegedly, vagina's so good it makes you break into her home and threaten that you're going to kill yourself, right? You now lose your job from the University of Michigan. Now, what isn't talked about, again, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video, is if you had an ongoing relationship with a man, and let's cut the BS out. You knew he was married. You knew he was married. You knew he had kids. Y'all had an ongoing relationship. You know, I'm bold with it. You guys were having sex. You guys were having sex, doing everything under the sun, and you knew this. And as soon as you guys have a disagreement, is what my opinion is, you go and tell. You go and tell. Now, according to them, this started because he invaded her home. But there are other sources out there, and obviously you guys can look it up for yourselves that, you know, this stemmed before the actual home invasion, right? Maybe this guy was upset that she went and told the, you know, the dean or whoever the head person is at the University of Michigan about their alleged relationship, you know, and he broke into her home. Or maybe it was the other way around and he broke into her home and that's when she felt like it was unsafe. Her safety was at risk and she said, hey, I got to speak up about this. But bottom line, guys, don't risk the bag over the box. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's billions and billions and billions and billions of women out here. Same thing for the women. But we don't never see women actually crashing out like this over the man. We really don't. You know, and that's why I always say men love harder. And like I say, I'm not saying that was love, but speaking in a general sense, men definitely love harder than women. Because men are the ones that actually really crash out. Let's go back through history. Men are the ones that actually crash out. So it's sad, man. He's going to definitely have repercussions on both ends, legally and obviously his job. Most definitely will probably never get a coaching job ever again in college football. And you lost a $6 to $7 million a year salary that ultimately would have set your family up for life. Which is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.